Elsie here! So my mom asked me if I could make a roll top desk. And I thought it was so cool and such an honor that she believed in me enough to think that I could do that. And so I said, well, sure, I would love to try it. She told me to take as much time as I need, and she bought some plans from Armorcraft and gave those to me. I opened up the plans and I laid them out because there were these huge pieces of paper. And Wally, he joined me. And I looked them over, and there isn't a whole lot of instruction, but there's pictures and there's measurements, and I'm hoping I can figure it out along the way. So Mom wasn't sure what kind of wood she wanted, and so I looked around and I found some monkey pod, and I think it just looks really cool, and I read that it works really well with furniture and it's not too hard to work with. So I started cutting the pieces on the cut list on that first big sheet. Well, the first item is the desktop. So I needed to edge glue 3 boards of monkey pod together. I tried using my hand plane and it's just too small. And so I thought about what I should do. And so I ended up hauling my boards over to the neighbor's house, and he showed me how to use the jointer. And of course, after that, the boards together were a wee bit short in the width that I needed for the desktop. So I decided to put in 2 narrower boards of walnut. So I took 1 board of monkey pod and 1 of walnut, and I marked those in 4 areas. I used the biscuit joiner to make some biscuit holes. And I was making sure that the wood was laying flat because I've made the mistake before. And I've discovered that when the biscuit holes don't line up, then your boards are all uneven when they go together. And I did clamp a few down, but I found that I didn't need to clamp every board. Then I put on some wood glue, I dropped in the biscuits, and attached the walnut to the monkey pod. Then I clamped them together with some pipe clamps. And I did that for both pieces of walnut. When those are dry, I used a scraper to remove those bumps of glue, and they still weren't perfect, even though I thought I was being super careful, making sure that they were flat when I was putting the biscuits in. Anyway, then I did the same thing with the 3rd board of monkey pod, adding it to the new bigger piece of monkey pod and walnut together. Marking them, making some biscuit holes, putting wood glue on both, dropping in the biscuits, then clamping them together with pipe clamps. And when that was dry, I took it and did the same process again, this time joining the 2 remaining sections together. And use the pipe clamps again. I learned to wipe off the squeeze out glue a little bit better, a lot bit better than I was doing before. Yay! Then I just kept going down the list, cutting the number of boards to size as the list says. When the tabletop boards were all dry, I took it out of the pipe clamps and I set them over by the cut pile that I've been working on. I've got a long way to go, but I have a start anyway. So I'm just gonna keep plugging along with it, just a little bit each day. Don't know how long this will take me, but hopefully I can figure it out. So this is my first week working on this table, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to do 1 video a week of this process, and this is gonna be an extra video, I'm hoping, and just to show you what's going on with the desk. So thanks for following along with me, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye!